Hey guys, it's Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Welcome back to the channel. This is a Blu-ray video, so I got a bunch more Blu-rays in. I've been getting so many Blu-rays this year. It's a problem. I'm trying to hold the stack up here so you can see it. So this is new stuff, mostly. There's two movies in here that I've talked about before, but that I watched since I talked about them, and I wanted to do a quick recommendation on them because I thought they were freaking fantastic, and I have not had a chance to review either one of them in an extensive way yet, but I wanted people to know that I give them my stamp of approval. So first we have Hong Kong 1941. This is a classic film starring Chow Yun-fat. It's in the Masters of Cinema line from Eureka Entertainment. I love Eureka. I love the slipcase. Who doesn't love Eureka? They put out so many incredible films. This is the region A. I think this is also available in region B. I saw this movie like 10 years ago. I remember the opening really vividly. I don't really remember the rest of it that well, so I'm really excited to revisit it. I have so many great Hong Kong dramas now. Like I have this, I have Autumn in New York, I have Hong Kong, and I'm like really trying to find like when I'm going to watch these films because I want to give them the appropriate attention and the emotional space to really appreciate and fall in love with them. And that's hard when you're busy as hell like I am. But a versatile British-Chinese filmmaker whose career spanned nearly 50 years. I'm going to hold this up and read it at the same time. Let's see what we can do. Tell me what you think about my Rivers Cuomo era too. I was like, I was getting really bad allergies in my hair. I cut it all off. My haircut was terrible anyway. I just buzzed it, whatever. Who gives a shit? Po Chi Long has worked in a variety of genres, from action in Foxbat to horror in The Island, comedy in Ping Pong, and the gangster movie in Shanghai 1920, which was nominated for Best Feature at the Chicago International Film Festival. His masterpiece, though, is Hong Kong 1941, an affecting war drama starring Cecilia Yip, who is in Nomad, Alex Mann, who is one of the most, in my personal opinion, I think Alex Mann is one of the most underrated actors who's ever lived. And even within like the world of Hong Kong cinema, I don't think gets mentioned. I think his performance in Rich and Famous and Tragic Hero, like his arc in those films, I think is as good as like Al Pacino and Scarface. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. Maybe I'm not. Like the intensity of the emotion in his expression, he's just fucking phenomenal. He's also, is he in Devil Hunters? He's like amazing in that movie too. Anyway, and Chow Yun-fat in his breakout role. Executive produced by Sammo Hung, Hong Kong 1941 follows three Hong Kongers forced to negotiate life under occupation as their homeland falls under Imperial Japanese Army control during World War II. I'm not going to read more than that because I don't want to throw in any spoilers. I think this film's from '84 because it was nominated for awards at the Hong Kong Film Awards in 1985. It was nominated for no less than 8 awards at the Hong Kong Film Awards, so it's a critical success and a much beloved film, and I'm very excited to revisit it because, like I said, I remember the opening for some reason really well. I don't really remember the rest of the film that well. So continuing on with Eureka releases, but hopping over to Shaw Brothers, this is a Region A and Region B release. It is called Exact Revenge, The Eunuch from Teddy Yip Wing Cho, and The Deadly Knives from Jong Il Ho. I like this artwork a lot. The way it looks like it's like ripping open, revealing this drama within. Revenge is and has always been one of the most popular and prolific themes in Hong Kong cinema, from classic wuxia epics to kung fu movies and heroic bloodshed films. During the 1970s, Shaw Brothers Studio was the largest production company operating in Hong Kong and the king of the vengeance tale. And then it goes on to tell you what these films are about and who is in them and all of that fun information. But yeah, I mean, as you know, I love a good Shaw Brothers movie. I've got probably around 100 or 150 of them now that I haven't watched yet. It's really becoming a problem. I need to clone myself and start watching more movies. But Eureka will not stop with the fucking awesome releases. Somebody send them. I should send them an email. Somebody send them an email. Should I email Eureka? Let me know in the comments. Do I need to email Eureka and ask them to just calm the F down for a minute so that I can watch all of these movies? The Tattooed Dragon, Jimmy Wang Yu. So I have become a huge Wang Yu fan over like the past 4 or 5 years. Previous to very recently, like I said, maybe 5 years ago, I don't think I had seen any of his films. And I've seen The Chinese Boxer. Oh no, I had seen One Armed Swordsman before. I saw that years ago. So more recently, I've seen Chinese Boxer, One Armed Boxer, the amazing, God, how am I blanking on the title of it? Beach of the War Gods, with that insane epic battle. It's like half the fucking movie, which Eureka put out too. It's a great movie. Saw The Man from Hong Kong, which not a lot of people loved, but I really liked that movie. And Leon from Hong Kong and Beyond really liked that movie too. We chatted about it. We're like, why does no one like this movie? It's like fun as hell. George Lazenby is in it. It's got this like 70s spy movie thing going on. Anyway, I've become a really big Wang Yu fan, and I've never seen this film. It's a Lo Wei film. The infamous Lo Wei. Written and directed by Lo Wei, the man behind Bruce Lee's international hits The Big Boss and Fist of Fury, The Tattooed Dragon was designed to bring martial arts superstar Jimmy Wang Yu to a global audience still hungry for kung fu cinema in the aftermath of Lee's death. Featuring Sylvia Chang from Slaughter in San Francisco. That's the other movie I really enjoyed that other people were kind of like, what? Like, Chuck Norris is in that movie? Come on. It's like a very fun, like, 70s exploitation type of film. And James Teen, who's in a shitload of stuff, including Shaolin Boxers as listed here, in a villainous role. It follows the big boss in pitting a legendary fighter against organized crime. I mean, that sounds really fun to me. 98 minutes long, bada bing, bada boom, said 1973, hell yeah, bang it out, have a good time with it. That's what she said. So here's two movies that I have watched that I really liked that I want to shout out and tell you to go and watch. Also, I can't believe it's 6 minutes into this video, I just fucking mentioned this. I started a new Instagram account and a new Facebook group for Japanese cinema. Japanese Cinema Appreciation Society is alive and it exists, and you can go and check it out and follow. This is actually good timing because a lot of the rest of the movies that I'm going to talk about here are Japanese movies. I lived in Japan. I studied Japanese cinema at university in Japan. I'm a huge fan of Japanese films, and it really, as I've said before on the channel, it really came down to a coin toss when I started this channel. Should I do Hong Kong or should I do Japan? And the reason I picked Hong Kong was I was going through like a big giant fat phase at the time, Heroic Bloodshed. I was watching a lot of Heroic Bloodshed. I was like, I want to do like some kind of Hong Kong cinema content. And so I started the channel. And with all of these amazing boutique label releases of Japanese films that are coming out right now, there's been more and more interest in people who are in the Hong Kong Cinema Facebook group in a similar space for Japanese films. So it's like, fuck it, let me just do it. It takes 2 seconds to start a Facebook group. Like literally, it's the easiest thing in the world. So I started the Japanese Cinema Appreciation Society Facebook group. The link will be in the profile. Go follow it, check it out. And I started an Instagram where I'll be posting clips from the movies. Because I have a bunch of clips already from the movies I've watched. I'm like, fuck, I just start putting them up there. So, The Tale of Oiwa's Ghost. This is from Radiance Films. This stars Tomisabu Wakayama. This is the first Tai Kato film I've ever seen. Tai Kato is like a big fan favorite Japanese filmmaker. He did 18 years in prison. He did Tokujiru, I think it's called, Lone Samurai. And some other films that are really highly regarded. And this is the first film of his I saw. He's extremely visually talented. I really like those like big wide lenses and like some of the super close-up stuff that they do in 60s Japanese cinema. This is from what year? 1961. Who really steals the show in this film is Tomisabu Wakayama. I had seen several of his films before this year, and I really appreciated him as someone who can be very menacing but is very funny at the same time. I didn't really understand how much of a heavy hitter he is with his dramatic chops. He's fucking phenomenal. I think I've seen like 8 or 9 movies with him this year. His dramatic ability, he has this kind of innate kindness and gentleness, but he also has this innate sense of threat. And he balances those really well and plays with his physical size and his kind of menacing demeanor. He's very funny, and he'll often undermine what you expect from him in a scene. But his dramatic chops, I mean, this guy can fucking act. His performance in The Tale of Oiwa's Ghost, this is him on the back here. This is based on the same story as The Ghost of Yotsuya, which came out in the Daya Gothic set from Radiance last year, which was one of my absolute favorite releases from last year. 2 of the movies in that set were like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for me, which were The Ghost of Yotsuya and The Snow Woman. Bride from Hades is a really solid film too, maybe like 7 out of 10. Incredible artwork, great extras, fucking loved it. The Bounty Hunter trilogy, also starring Tomisabu Wakayama, that Radiance put out, I think that was last year. Phenomenal. They're just killing it right now for Japanese cinema. But Tomisabu Wakayama's performance in this film, it really has to be seen to be believed. Like, it is on another level. It is absolutely phenomenal. And the climax of this movie is so brutal, so tragic. And this movie places more or less all of its emphasis on the darkness of human beings and their capacity for greed that drives tragedy, and for selfishness and just base impulses rather than the supernatural elements of the story. And it's really powerful. It's a really interesting choice, I think, to make when adapting a story like this. And I think it's incredibly successful. And the woman who plays, and actually, you know what? I bet her name is in the booklet here, so let me not be disrespectful and not say her name. Let me just look it up because it'll be in. And Tom Mez has an essay in it. I love these Radiance booklets. I love like the kind of stark aesthetic of it. Yoshiko Fujishiro plays Oiwa. Her innate goodness, her kindness, her gentleness, and her love. Tomisaburo Wakayama's performance would not be as just catastrophic and devastating and all-consuming without being able to play off of her. They complete one another in a really important way. This is a really devastating, bleak, incredible movie. Highly recommended. My next recommendation is Kinji Fukasaku. Battles Without Honor and Humanity, Battle Royale, Hokuriku Proxy War, Legend of the Eight Samurai. Probably my favorite filmmaker right now this year in terms of I've watched like 15 of his movies this year and I've loved every single one of them. Jakan and Tetsu. This was written by Kurosawa. So there was an earlier film made, I think like 20 years before this. This came out in 1964. This is an 88 films release. This is region A and B. Jakan and Tetsu was written by Senkichi Taniguchi and Kurosawa, and Senkichi Taniguchi directed a version of this film in the 40s. The same script was used for this movie. This is a very Kurosawa-esque film. That's a really powerful emotional drama that I think is a genuinely great film that has really incredible location photography at these amazing. It's about this like fishing village in a small town in Japan. Like I think it's in Hokkaido, which is the northern island in Japan. That's very snowy and cold, and it takes place like over the winter. Yeah, it's in Hokkaido, and there's like incredible landscapes and these amazing locations. It's a kind of film that doesn't get made anymore that I think was really the beating heart of great cinema for many decades, which is that it's a very emotional, hard-scrabble drama about the lives of working class people just trying to improve their conditions, which you saw a lot of these films in the 20s, 30s, 40s. The French made incredible ones like, Marcel Carné with Hotel du Nord and Marcel Pagnol with the Marseille trilogy. And there's a lot of incredible Hollywood films like that, a lot of great Japanese films like that. It's just a really powerful, strong, beautiful drama about people living their lives, people who've had a lot of problems in their lives, maybe people who are not very easy to get along with, people who are very angry about things, and then very good, decent people who find ways to empathize with them and to draw out their humanity, and just people who struggle but find meaning in one another in a really beautiful way. So I highly recommend this film. Very different from the really cynical, violent stuff that Fukasaku did in the 70s that he's most well known for. This is a film I'm not familiar with. Frankie of Times Square Kung Fu says this is one of his favorite films ever, one of his favorite Japanese directors, so I'm hella excited to check it out. It is called The Beast to Die. This is a Radiance Films release. This is region A and B. It is a film by Toru Murakawa, released in 1980. The description of this movie is bananas and makes me a little bit afraid, but I'm going to watch it and I hope I'm going to enjoy it. A traumatized war photographer, played by Yasaku Matsuda, returns to Tokyo plotting a series of brutal murders and robberies that are mere warm-ups for an unprecedented bank heist. I don't want to read the rest of it because I don't want to know. It might give away too much and I don't want to spoil it for you. The limited edition, which has the I think like the Obi strip here and the booklet on the inside, is limited to 3,000 copies. This is a 4K restoration. It has an interview with the director. It has an interview with the writer. It has an appreciation of the film from Jordan Harper. Looks like a fantastic edition. And this is a movie that has been very highly recommended to me by several people whose taste I really trust, so I'm really excited about it. This next movie is from 88 Films. Excuse me. It is region A and region B. I cannot show you the back of it because there are dancing naked women on the back of it, along with a bunch of dudes wearing leather on motorcycles. But the first sentence of the description here made me, like, I don't need to know anything else about this movie except for the artwork, the title, and let me read you this. Detonation, Violent Riders. Right away I'm thinking of like Guitar Wolf and that whole like rock and roll, scuzzy ass biker subculture in Japan. Leather up and get ready for the ride of your lives in this high-octane biker movie from Toei by cult director Teruo Ishii, who did The Horrors of the Malformed Men, and a cast headed by Sonny Chiba. You don't need to know anything else about this movie. I'm totally sold. I'm all in. I apologize for butchering the shit out of the pronunciation of the director's name. This film came out in 1975. It's 86 minutes long, limited to 3,370 copies, 3,300. Oh no, I'm really fucking tired right now, and I do apologize. I've been recording for like an hour and a half, and I'm hella exhausted, but I want to give this the respect it deserves. limited, I think limited to 5 or 4,000. And my number, as you can see here, is 33. Can you see that? I'm trying to like avoid the nudity there. 3370 out of 4,000. Yeah, I'd like, again, I don't really know anything about this movie, but Sonny Chiba, leather up, get ready to ride, naked dancing people. It's a masterpiece already. So this next movie, I was told by someone on Twitter, make sure your kids aren't around when you put that one on. Yes, Daddy! This is a French film that I think has some very naughty sauciness in it. It's called Rosa La Rose. Fille publique. Does that mean like a public horse? Does that mean she's the horse that everybody rides? I don't speak French. But Mamma Mia, directed by Paul Visciali? It looks like an Italian name, but it's a French film. On the streets of Paris, Rosa is the belle of Les Halles. I think that's a neighborhood in Paris, right? I'm having trouble reading this because the lights are really bright in here, and it's like a very dark font that's not standing out in the really bright lights. She is beloved by fellow working girls and spoiled by her pimp. She leads a charmed life until she meets Julian, almost Shakespearean in its execution. It is an underseen drama exploring class consciousness and female sexuality. And it is a true hidden gem. This is the limited edition is 3,000 copies. I mean, that sounds like a movie that I would absolutely love. I love French movies. I love really horny French movies. I love French movies that explore sexuality and that are looking at those things in relationship with gender and like gender politics, class consciousness. Like I love Jules and Jim. Truffaut is one of my favorites. Hella excited for the Criterion Truffaut set. The Criterion is doing a 4K Antoine Doinel set this fall. So 400 Blows, Bed and Board, Stolen Kisses. I can't remember the names of the other two, but like I love those movies so much. I'm so excited about that, but not to distract from this. As you can see, I think there might be a little three-way action that we get into here. Yeah, this sounds right up my alley, and I'm really excited to watch it. I don't know too much about it, but hell yeah. And then finally, MVD. So I don't know if you guys know that I love the MVD Rewind collection, because I don't know if I talk about it a lot on this channel, but Mike and I used to have like an 80s movie channel, and we would do 90s films as well, really kind of like 80s, 90s, like, you know, VHS era, like that we grew up in. Reviewing, a lot of times we would review like kind of lower budget or straight to video types. We reviewed Nemesis, which I fucking love. We did Nemesis 2, 3, and 4. We did Showdown. Is that the movie? It's kind of like Karate Kid, but more violent. And so we did a bunch of movies that have been released by the MVD Rewind collection. I have a great affinity for that label and for MVD as a company, because you know, you may not know that they also distribute a ton of shit. So like the reason that you can buy Arrow and Radiance and 88, like all these companies, right, that are UK based, but that also put out films in the US, MVD is like distributing them. So that's how you're getting your hands on them. So they do a lot of amazing, important work for fans of Hong Kong cinema, Japanese cinema. They also have the MVD Rewind collection, which puts out movies like Terminus. Now, I have never seen this film before, but come on, dude. I love the way they put these like new, like the slipcases on these are so fun. Double Impact, I think the MVD Rewind collection put out. Did they put out Lionheart too? I think I have like several Van Damme movies from them. In the year 2037, the future is in the hands of a genetically engineered boy, Mati, who's played by Gabriel Damon from RoboCop 2, a child genius with a brain programmed by a brilliant and evil doctor, played by Jürgen Prochnow, who's in Beverly Hills Cop 2, he's the bad guy. Mati is the master of a sadistic cross-country rally with a $100 million prize that no one has ever won, controlling Monster, a gigantic AI-operated storm truck that rumbles across the continent while being pursued by a squad of rebels determined to stop Monster before it reaches the end of the line. It sounds kind of like a Mad Max, like cyberpunky type of thing. I watched the trailer. The trailer looks really fun, and Karen Ellen from Raiders of the Lost Ark is in it. Karen Ellen and Julie Glenn and the legendary Johnny Halliday is in this movie. He's in a Johnny Toe movie, Vengeance. He's the lead in that. Are all along for the ride in this fast-paced, action-packed, Mad Max-inspired futuristic adventure. So it's a French film, I think. It's probably in English, but I think it's a French film. So this is going to be one of those movies where, like, inevitably I'm going to get the flu again because I've had the flu 3 times in the last year. and I'm just going to want to stay home and watch fun-ass movies. I don't want to watch the shit out of that. So you are watching Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. We have also started Japanese Cinema Appreciation Society. I don't know if there's going to be a YouTube component of Japanese Cinema Appreciation Society. I don't know if I have the capacity for that. I don't really know yet. We'll see how it goes. The Facebook group is already very active. Like, it took literally like 4 years for the Hong Kong Cinema Facebook group to become active enough that people were posting daily. The Japan one has existed for 3 days. It's already got almost 300 people in it. It's very active. So I'm like hella excited about it. I don't know if there will be a video component. We shall see. This is my my chunk of movies. My name is Will. I thank you for watching, as I always do. We'll see you next time.